snacks.
Oh my goodness.
And we live.
Of course we live. What it do, snackers and snack guests? It's your boy Gage. I'm in my building. Jokes, you in your building?
I'm in my building.
Finn, you in your building?
Yes, sir. I'm here in the building.
Fooshnickens, bruh.
Don't do that. Don't start that up.
What's up, Doc? Can we rock? You know what I'm saying? What up, Marcus? I see you in the chat, bro. Hope you're feeling well. We have so much to discuss today.
Holy cow.
So much to discuss. This is Cutscenes. We are live, and Cutscenes are
the best part of the game.
This is where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in video games. And today,
man,
listen, we gotta talk about this Xbox digital event.
Okay.
We're gonna do some fake predictions for that joint.
Okay.
We gotta talk about Amazon games. We gotta talk about this 2K pricing and next gen pricing for games.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little bit of a discussion about our game of the year so far.
Okay.
That's gonna be entertaining.
It's a lot popping. This one might run for a little bit. Shall we just jump?
Let's just jump.
I don't think we got time for a curveball today, bro. We got roll.
You'll figure you can throw it in there somewhere.
Let's go.
There's a good chance. All right, listen. Xbox digital event.
Mm-hmm.
Their games showcase has been dated July 23rd. First and foremost, are we excited?
Very much so.
Absolutely.
Okay. What excites you about this event specifically?
The games. I want to see the games straight up. Yeah, I want to see the games that's coming with this new console. That's what I'm excited for. I've already seen the box. Cool. Now let me see the games, and then let me get a price and the date.
I was about to say maybe get some price and the date in there too. Like if we get that little sprinkle in there, Salt Bay to throw that at the end of it, I think it'll be a perfect show.
Is that realistic? Do we think we're gonna see a date for the Series X?
Honestly, I think this is realistic. I really think the 23rd is a good realistic date for them to go ahead, give us a date, give us a price, give us that pre-order drop. Whether it's, I don't know if they do a same day or maybe give everybody like a day, just at least a day to prepare to go run out wherever they need to do the preparation for it. But
nah, just say going live right now. Just put that up. I don't want to wait.
Bro, give me at least a day, and so I can figure out where I need to gung ho to first. I mean, granted, we can order online, but like I'm not trying to have that bad boy shipped. I'm trying to be able to go someplace, pick that thing up, and have it, and not wait until like 6 in the evening for the postal service, UPS, FedEx, whoever it is going to be delivered. I want that.
You already know where you're getting that joint, dog. Stop playing with me. You already know where you're getting it. So why are we even having this discussion?
Right.
Hopefully. But I'm going to pre-order wherever I can get to it first. That's the thing, though. I got to be able to pre-order someplace. I got to make sure I have a backup for the backup.
A backup for the backup. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we think we're definitely going to get a date. So that means we definitely think we're getting a price because y'all are talking pre-order. So we think we're getting a price.
I think we're going to get it.
Yeah.
All right. Are they going to show the Lockhart?
Yes. I think at this point, I think this is where they're going. I think they're going to lay it all out. This they're going to do it on the 23rd. Set everything up, and just give it to us. Like I think it'll still be the end of the show, but I think they're going to give it to us.
We talked about this before, and we know that the rumors are that they're going to show it in August.
Mm-hmm.
So do they even talk about this at all, or do they wait and reveal it in whatever they're doing in August? Because initially they said, before they did their show in May, we're going to do, this is Xbox 2020. We're doing some sort of event every month except June, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they have to have an event of some sort in August. If you have already shown a bunch of third-party games, and now you're supposed to show a bunch of first-party games, and you show the new console and the price, what are you showing in August if you're not showing Lockhart?
Think we'll
You
get
got a
an
point.
XCloud. No, I think maybe we'll get a focus on XCloud come August.
You got a point. I'll push the Lockhart back to August. You got a point. Doing something every month. I'll push it back to then. I still think we'll get Price and the games and stuff though.
I'm gonna be real. I think I hear what you're saying, jokes.
Mm-hmm.
xCloud definitely has to be something they talk about. There's a lot of talk about xCloud becoming a real thing this year. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think xCloud is ready to go. I don't think xCloud will be ready to go until next year at the earliest. And we're talking mid next year at the earliest. Just based on beta testing, internet, where 5G is currently, so on and so forth. I don't think xCloud is a real thing that they can. I feel like if they try to talk about xCloud too soon, then it'll be like talking about the power of the cloud for Crackdown 3.
Yeah. Wow.
Eesh.
Yeah, that was bad.
However, I could see if you combine what you're saying about xCloud with what Sin just said about them showing Lockhart in August. If the Lockhart has no disk drive, if it is the lower end console, but the other piece of that story is the alternative way to play, is them also saying, we don't really need you to have a console. We're going to give you a bunch of reasons to be in our ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? There are some things I think have to happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I know I didn't prep you guys to do predictions for this. I'm just going to run down a couple of things I already thought of. We're just going to talk, see where we are. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right.
Here's what I'm expecting to see. Fable.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect Dark.
Okay.
Banjo. I'm expecting a new Banjo game. Here's why. Smash Brothers. That's why. Why do you put Banjo in Smash Brothers and drum up all this excitement? Reintroduce a character that a lot of people don't know, never heard of, hasn't had a game since before some of these people were born.
And I feel like with that case, I feel like they went extra in depth about the board and certain characters they added into the background. Look, such and such is right there.
Yeah.
I thought that was at the time. I thought that was like in depth with like the level here. Like okay.
Not that there's not a rare replay, and there aren't ways to go back and play whatever, but let's just...
Now, do you think it's going to be an all-new game or like a remake of the original?
I think they go all new.
Okay.
I think they go all new. If it is a remake, it would have to be like super high-level remake. Like
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're doing the Resident Evils and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't think though that there's a strong enough audience for that. You know what I'm saying? What up, Killer? What's going on, Alfonso? I see you. So here's what else. I'm definitely expecting a new IP. At least one, probably more. I don't think that Microsoft's current run of exclusive games is strong enough for them to not be presenting something people haven't heard of.
True.
People don't know. We got a little bit of that in the last go-round, but that's not their studios. And a lot of what they have coming from their own studios, let's just keep it a buck, are not exclusive to the platform or PC. They are going everywhere. So if Xbox really wants to pull people into the ecosystem, they have to have a way to do that. I think new IP is the way to do that. And Phil has said, listen, we're not going to have all of our stuff just going to everywhere.
Right.
So there's got to be some of that. Obviously, we're going to see Halo. I think Halo we get a deep dive into.
Yeah.
But it's possible they just give us a little bit, and that's what we're getting in August. It's like a
whole
deep
Halo
dive into Halo.
Dive into it, yeah.
Forza. Here's the tricky thing about Forza. We know that Playground has two teams. We know they have the Forza Horizon team, and they have a new team that we know is working on what everybody assumes is Fable, which I've already mentioned. But the main team at Turn 10 did not do a game last year. They have waited an additional year. Horizon 4 came out 2 years ago. Technically, we should be getting a new Forza game. However, and that makes sense going into a new console, show the power of the console, whatever. Here's the thing. Microsoft seems to be leaning real hard into Dirt 5. Dirt 5 looks a lot like Forza Horizon. And it makes me feel like they wouldn't try to push 2 racing games right at the
Same
beginning
time.
of this.
Yeah.
There's something about that makes me feel like a Forza Motorsport ain't coming. Not this year. I you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you showcase Dirt, and they have a lot. Dirt Codemasters has aligned themselves with Xbox. Yes, that joint is coming out on PlayStation as well. But they have aligned themselves. They're talking about the power of the Xbox and what they can do on the Xbox they can't do anywhere else or whatever. There's a marketing deal there. I don't think you make that deal if you have Forza ready to
Forza
go.
coming out, yeah, because you would put all that money
All
and
that.
marketing behind your flagship racing game, Forza.
Right.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right about that. I see you, Floyd. You want a new Forza. I'm sorry I just said that. Psychonauts 2. I'm expecting to see some really good information about that.
Okay.
Definitely think we're going to get a deeper dive into Hellblade 2, even though I think that game is at least another year out.
So
I don't think
I agree with that.
this year. I think we get Battletoads.
Yeah, that's
Deep
been,
dive into Battletoads.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Tell us what it is.
Yeah.
And for real, just drop it that day. Stop playing
Ooh.
around. Just give it to us. Because we already know everything that's coming out is coming out on both anyway.
Yeah,
so you might as well
that's
just
on
give
facts.
it to us.
And then when
And
it
let
comes
us
out on
rock
Series
that.
X, you just
You know what I'm saying? Just give it to us. Killer Instinct. I'm expecting a new Killer Instinct. I know I'm reaching. But let's just keep it a buck. Xbox has no fighting game.
true.
Street Fighter 5, all PlayStation, all PC, not on Xbox. Guilty Gear, all them joints are not on Xbox. There are games, there are anime fighters, they're all the same game. So let's not even play around with that.
Right.
I think Microsoft has something that technically Sony doesn't have in having its own fighting game in its stable. I think you lean on that. I think there's a populace of people who love it, and if you do it and you do it right, you can take that joint to the next level. And they already started introducing cameo characters. I think they go that same route. Keep that same energy. Introduce a couple of cameo characters. Give us a new Killer Instinct.
I won't be mad at Killer Instinct. Not necessarily my fighting game of choice, but I won't be mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, look, why not? What else do you have?
Something in the realm. It's like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you doing? Fusion Frenzy? Come on, give me another Killer Instinct. I'm expecting a new studio acquisition.
already
Right.
Yep, we
You're
all-
saying that, yeah.
I am expecting an announcement of a new studio. Not a new one being formed, but
No,
one that is
picking somebody.
already properly moving. Somebody we heard of.
Speaking of new acquisition,
And guys, I mean,
No.
hey, we were talking
speaking
about
of new acquisition,
there's this company that we have
listen.
just in our back pocket now.
We might as well just touch on this right now, bruh. Look,
hey,
we already talked about
we did.
WB
Yes, we
selling off
did.
their property, EA and 2K and all of them being interested in purchasing WB Game. Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
If Microsoft gets their hand on WB Games, now that they have, it's official that their hat is in the ring. We are interested in acquiring WB Games. Let's talk about what that really means. Because it doesn't mean Batman, that property still belongs to Warner Brothers,
Of
still
course.
belongs to DC, but it does mean they have Rocksteady.
Yeah,
That's a good acquisition.
that's a great
And you know
acquisition.
what? That gives them Monolith. Doesn't necessarily mean they get Lord of the Rings, but it means they get the guys that made the only Lord of the Rings game that really
matter.
is indie good. Let's
Yeah.
keep it a buck. And most importantly, having just talked about Killer Instinct and having a fighting game, they would get NetherRealm. And that means they do get Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat belongs to NetherRealm. They're not going to get Injustice, but ooh boy,
That's a big get. Mortal Kombat is a huge get.
That's a big.
there it is. And you know what they're not going to do? They're not going to make it an Xbox exclusive.
Nope,
Not even a thing.
it'll still stay on multiple platforms. You'll just get a
Yeah.
nice
Not
little
even-
Microsoft or
Yeah.
Xbox logo somewhere in those opening cinematics or
And we
whatnot
are-
ever.
And we already know Microsoft is going to be like, we're not tinkering with it. Go ahead, do your thing. Just keep doing what you're doing with it.
All they'll
Yep.
do is probably they'll throw some type of Game Pass little exclusive something on top and rub it all in.
It would
nicely.
clearly, obviously, come to Game Pass if that becomes.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
about what that means if those titles become Game Pass titles. Hold on to that because we're gonna get back to that in a second.
Holding.
But think about what that means. Floyd, I see you. There is a specific type of racing game. I know Xbox needs Forza. a set of Corsa, meh. Project Cars,
Project Cars.
not compared to Forza. But here's my thing. What we have seen Microsoft do as far as the Forza franchise is concerned, when they split off to the more arcadey version of Horizon versus Forza Motorsport, which is the more straight up
Simulator.
simulation.
Yeah.
Okay, they started putting them out opposite years of each other. One this year, one this year. They don't want those two titles to compete with each other.
Yep.
Dirt right now is leaning very, very heavily into what is definitely more of the Forza Horizon level. Now, Dirt has always been along the lines of an off-road, but still a simulation racer. Dirt 5 is not that. If you look at what they're doing with Dirt 5, go look at any of the interviews, see what they're talking about. It's a lot more like Forza. They're basically setting it up to be just like Forza Horizon. So that means it's not the same kind of simulation. And there definitely are simulation aspects to what is happening in Horizon, but I don't think they'll put them out side by side. I just don't. It just doesn't
a
make
little bit
sense.
Of time between. No, I agree on that.
Yes.
Now, having said that, NetherRealm Studios, Mortal Kombat, I would definitely expect that if they did make this acquisition, which isn't going to be something they'll announce now, it's going to take too long to make that happen. But they would probably put specific characters, or you get DLC early or something like that on PC, on Xbox, compared to Switch, which they did do Mortal Kombat 11 on, compared to PS4, PS5. But I can certainly see them being a little, you know what I'm saying, ahead of that. Now, Game Pass. Here's what I think is going to happen. And this is what I think they're going to have to lean into a little bit in this and maybe talk more in depth later. But here's where I'm at. It's time to go away from charging people for Xbox Live Gold. I don't know that they'll do it right away. I don't know that it's going to happen as soon as this console drops.
Mm-hmm.
But as Microsoft and Xbox get closer and closer to aligning themselves with PC doesn't pay to play online.
Nope.
You've already wrapped up Game Pass Ultimate, $15. You get Xbox Live Gold. You get Game Pass on PC as well as on console. Okay. It's time to make an adjustment to that. I think they're going to stop offering games with gold that include 360 titles. Time to get away from that. Mm-hmm. They don't even make Xbox compatible. They don't even do backwards compatibility for Xbox 360 games anymore. So that means that promise of the games at gold that are 360 titles will work on your Xbox and will get the boost and get the jump in the back. That's going to go away because they're not going to continue to push that backwards compatibility for 360 titles anymore. They are now only working on making sure that it works across Xbox One titles going into Series X, which means that they have to change that. To me, that says we either get 2 Xbox One titles and 2 Xbox Series X titles, quote unquote, or we get 1 of one and 3 of the other or something, but there's going to have to be a change to what Xbox Live Gold is, which means you're changing cost, pricing, blah, blah, blah. How do you align that? What do you do to make that make sense to people? Well, you say, guess what we're not going to do? We're not going to charge you to play online. We're going to make sure you get all these games right away, and that's going to save you this money when they're trying to charge you $70 for titles going forward as opposed to $60.
Mm-hmm.
So having said that, let's discuss that for a little bit. What are they trying to do to us right now? Is $70 too much for a game?
You know, as much as I want to say yes, it's like if we're truly getting these advancements in the way things are going to look and the inclusive everything that we're getting, this will be the about time for the jump. Because when we saw the first price jump, when we went from that, the typical standard game was $49 to $59, was pretty much the generation of going from like the PS2 into the PS3 and the original Xbox into the 360. So if we kind of go off, engage from that, we skip the generation, and maybe we're going to bring that to this generation.
Sure.
Now, granted, I don't want to spend $70 on said games, but with all the extras and perks and better graphics, migrating, moving things over, I'm not going to be too upset about it. especially as an Xbox player, majority of the time, Game Pass, especially with all the first party titles that are going to be showing up in there, I'm not having to worry about paying $70 for like a Halo. I mean, granted, maybe some type of collector's edition or something out there that may come along with it, but I'm already in for Halo, so it's not like I have to even go out and worry about paying that $70. All I got to do is wait for it to show up in Game Pass, so I can hit that download and let it go. But it, I won't be too mad. I'm not going to be super mad if it actually happens.
I'm with you,
Big
Joe. Like the scale of what games have grown into over this past generation, like the sheer size and what they're capable of, and nowadays they're giving you a lot of their content that comes out afterwards for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's only a matter of time before we have this price jump. I mean, I agree. I don't want to pay the $70, but I get it and I will. You know what I mean? Like they got to eat too, of course. Like these are massive, massive titles they're giving to us for games that are still priced from, two console titles ago.
But if we
Much.
get the shift like you said, like say for example, a lot of these games that are starting to show up and they're like, hey, no additional paid DLC, it's all gonna come free. It wouldn't surprise me to see more of that. I mean, like Avengers is going to be doing that with their game. Like I feel a bit better about the title of it coming out. I don't know if that's necessarily going to top out at a $70 game. I don't think, but they've already said that if you got it on current generation and when the new one comes out, you're going to get it. But with Microsoft trying to jump out there and saying, well, they're trying to stop certain like the companies from being able to charge the $70. I just, I won't be too upset about it, but maybe some gaming companies will try to go ahead and push for that $70 price tag. Not all of them will. I think some of them will say, look, we're going to keep the same base $59.99 price. We'll still run with the same type of DLC model that you can pay and get your season passes or whatnot ever, and just keep it along the lines of that. At least for the beginning, I think. Maybe as we get a little bit further into the generation, maybe we will see the hype show up more blatantly, but maybe we just don't do it right out the gate.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you what. I think you're gonna see it right away. That's what I think. Like if the decision has been made that $70 is what the price point is gonna be, that's what it's gonna be, and that's gonna make the jump, the generational jump, specifically different.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's going to be different from PS2 to PS3, Xbox to Xbox 360, going from 50 to 60, even though it's just another $10, it feels so much closer to 100.
Yeah,
it does.
70 just feels so much closer to 100.
It's creeping too.
Okay. When you talk about something like that per title, okay, that's a lot of money. And for some people, for a lot of players, for a lot of gamers, it's Madden, 2K, Call of Duty.
That's it.
For them, it's an extra $30 a year, plus whatever they pay for season passes and for all that kind of stuff or whatever. I see you, Killer. I see what you're saying that it's too much because they already make you pay for passes and stuff like that. I see that too, Tony. Cell phones are $1,000 now. $70 could be the new norm in games easily. Here's what I think. I think that at $70, I think that will be where the price tag is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that transition is going to feel a little bit slower, partially. I think that Xbox is going to help to negate that jump better than PlayStation will if PlayStation continues to say, we're doing a straight up divide. We're just going to have games you can't get on anything but PlayStation 5, right? Where Microsoft is saying, for the next year and a half, if you can play it on Xbox One, you can play it on Series X. We're not doing that divide just yet. What that technically means is that there are going to be a lot of games using smart delivery or because they come from Microsoft directly that you'll be able to buy at current gen price and upgrade automatically for free to the next gen version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And while we are seeing some companies taking that on the PlayStation side of things, that's not Sony's plan. So third parties are deciding to do that. That's how they're going to have to navigate it. But it does mean that it may make people look more heavily towards the quote unquote more powerful system where they can quote unquote buy it at the original price and still get the upgrade.
Still get the upgrade, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Saving that money, let alone the ability to jump into something like Game Pass. Okay?
Huh?
Not that Sony doesn't have PlayStation now. And I am totally expecting for Sony to do a hard push on PlayStation now. Hard push on PlayStation. It's going to be necessary. But we saw an article today, Sin, you tagged me in this article today about how there's rumors right now that Xbox is forcing publishers to say they're not allowing them to charge you to upgrade to the next gen version. So you either have to, what that means is to kind of try to put it plainly. When we jumped from 360 to Xbox One, PS3 to PS4, there were titles that came out where if you bought it on the current gen, so if you bought Assassin's Creed Unity, no, not Unity, because that was already on both. No, because they split it and did like Rogue and Unity, so not them.
Yeah, no.
Madden, let's just say Madden.
Okay.
So if you bought Madden on Xbox 360 or PS3 for $10, you could basically upgrade to the next gen version for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, but it cost you $10 to upgrade it. What that meant was either you bought it digitally and you paid a fee to upgrade and download the new assets and whatever else was new about it, or you did some sort of a trade. You took your disc back to GameStop or whatever, and there was a voucher that basically they gave you the other version. You paid an additional $10 and you got a different disc. Okay? Microsoft is saying they're not allowing that. You can't do that this generation, right? So you either have to make two separate SKUs, one for this generation, one for next generation. And if you choose to charge more for next generation, then that's what it's going to be, which is exactly what we see on NBA 2K21. If you're buying current gen, $60. If you are buying the next gen version, it's $70. If you want both, you either have to spend $60 and $70, or you have to spend the $100 to get the Mamba edition. The Mamba edition comes with both copies. It essentially comes with two SKUs. What they are trying to do is make it so that when they sell it to you, smart delivery, see, it don't really mean nothing to us. What smart delivery actually is a way for them to know that they've only sold you one SKU. Instead of having to create two SKUs, they're selling you one SKU, one UPC. That UPC works on both and automatically upgrades and shows the things that you're supposed to see and get on the new version versus the old version. But it's not two separate things. If you want to do two separate things, you got to charge two separate prices. You can't charge them for one and then do a DLC upgrade for $30 or $10 or whatever it is to get those assets. That's not how it's working. And so that's basically where it is. By forcing that to be the case, it basically means that $70 is probably going to be a very real thing. And for those who want to do a straight up cutoff, no, we are not making our game for this version. We are making our game for next gen. $70 is what it's going to be. The other side of that coin is actually about how many games come out now that are free to play, that make their money in transactions that are outside of the fact that you downloaded this game for free, aka Fortnite, aka Warzone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a model that works, that is making them millions upon millions of dollars, and they're not charging you that game price up front. The other side of that is the number of indie titles, shorter or smaller titles that aren't as long. Everybody can't keep making 120-hour games, man. We don't have that kind of time.
That time is just not there.
Cyberpunk should be probably a $120 game.
Probably.
It's going to be 70. It just is.
Yeah.
They're going to do a separate SKU because that version is not coming out till sometime next year, maybe. It will be a $70 title when it comes out for next gen, period. Unless you buy it now. And they're going to let you upgrade it. But at some point, they'll stop making those.
Yep.
It just won't be
Yeah.
available anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to get the new one, you're gonna have to pay that price. But right now, smaller games that are somewhere between 20, like for real, for as in depth, for all of the time and effort and work they put into a game like The Last of Us, for the amount of time it takes to complete that game, should it be the same price as a game like Cyberpunk? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
And so you will probably begin to see developers make shorter experiences, right? Shorter single player experience. Multiplayer experiences, it doesn't matter. Those games are evergreen.
Right.
Just keep buying content. Keep getting skins. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what that is. For the titles that you expect, 70's probably going to be what it really is. And that's going to make Game Pass and PlayStation Now so much more important. Because not having to spend $70, paying them $120 a year versus $70 for every game saves you so much money. That's just kind of what it is.
True.
I mean, Tony said it was Black Flag.
Thought so.
Could be. I mean, I know that Black Flag was a thing. Maybe it was Black Flag came out when they dropped. And then Unity and Rogue were later.
Fact.
They weren't at release.
That was after, yeah.
Rogue was definitely
they had
later.
to be that they weren't at release. Because they definitely dropped those joints the same day for different generations. Nonetheless.
No, 70 is going to be the new thing going forward. It is. It's time. I mean, just realistically, like it's overdue.
For what it costs to develop games now, for what people are demanding in their games, for all of what people want, for maintaining servers,
all that stuff,
you know what I mean? Like that's even if you look at like Sea of Thieves, for all intents and purposes, it's still rocking. People are playing it. They keep updating it. You know what I mean? They're just now, I don't know if y'all saw this. They announced they're doing a pilot test to allow people to pay money to have their own servers.
Oh.
So that you can finally play the game and only have your people in it.
Oh.
Only have who you want in it and not have to deal with other people.
That's what I'm talking about.
They are testing it now, slowly. It's rolling out. And if it works, that's going to be a thing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
That's going to be a thing.
Might think about jumping on it.
Look, Sony also has their hat in the ring. I can't think of the name of the company, but it is the company that owns the folks that make Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If Sony buys them, I think Warframe doesn't get touched. It basically just becomes their Minecraft
type of thing.
Let them
do what they do.
Whatever they're doing in Warframe is working. So leave it alone and let them keep
running the same
and make your money. Yeah, just leave it alone and just let it do its thing. Yeah,
just let it be. Do you think we see a price jump in Game Pass?
No.
Or PlayStation Now?
No, I think they'll almost on game. I think Game Pass is going to stay exactly where it's at. Just with the fact of Game Pass Ultimate and everything that you get with it, and trying to get more people in. I don't think they'll risk trying to raise that price on it just yet. Maybe a little bit further on in the generation, maybe of the Series X, but I don't.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but I don't think as of right now they're going to try to hike that price up. Especially it just doesn't make the sense right now. I mean, mostly anything Microsoft that you buy right now, accessory, like say a new controller, they give you Game Pass in there, even if it's like for a week, 2 weeks, a month. Typically, they give to you, and they're trying to draw you in to get you in. So, I'm pretty sure if anything, maybe they'll do something like they did beforehand, where it was like, well, if you had the original Xbox Live, we converted it over to Game Pass Ultimate or whatnot ever. Maybe they'll try to do something similar on the lines of that down the road.
Yeah.
But definitely price hike. I think that's going to stay right where it's at. Because if they take the hit on the box, I'm pretty sure they'd rather just kind of keep Game Pass where it's at. Because once people really I mean, people are already in. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. But getting those bodies necessarily in there that aren't in there right now, and just start seeing the beauty of paying. Hey, if you get Ultimate $15 a month, here's this whole list of SKUs that you go games that you're going to be able to get, plus the first party titles. I think that price point is going to set that up perfectly. And then maybe they'll end up doing some type of family version of Ultimate. Granted, if you got the game on the console,
They do
anybody
that.
anybody could do it. So, but I don't think they're going to touch that price point. That I think that's gold
Mm.
right where it's at.
Yeah, they're not gonna touch it right now. That won't be for years to come down the line. This console generation, where it goes up a little bit, like 10, $8, whatever. Down the line,
XCloud will
not right now.
probably
It's
XCloud will
doing
probably be the factor that would drive that price up.
Right.
So
yeah,
when they
it's doing
finally
too good and making too much money for them right now.
when they finally decide to 100% release XCloud and put that out in its glory, then I probably will see where that price hike may occur at.
Do you expect? Hold on, it's going to drop to $10 for everything. I don't know about that, killer.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
way
don't,
too.
it
Much.
ain't gonna go that way either.
That's very too
I mean,
It
much.
ain't
it
gonna go up.
could.
It ain't going down. I can tell you that for 100. It ain't gonna go down. They may have one of those little. Oh hey, this week if you sign up for Game Pass Ultimate, maybe we will give you a $5 discount on it. Maybe they will run that promotion like when the Series X comes out.
I
But
mean, it's possible.
We'll give you 3 months free or something like that.
but they're not
You're
gonna
right.
just overall drop that price. I think it's
I
gold
mean,
right where it's at.
here's the thing, man. I, I think that there's enough people who are getting in, seeing the value of it, and spending money in it.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
people are spending money
yeah.
in
You
Game
sounds
Pass.
about that
People are,
article you read the other week. Yeah, but the company was
yeah,
like, yeah, they killing right now because of it.
yeah. People are buying games that are in Game Pass because they don't want them to go away and they don't
Hmm.
have them anymore. People are buying DLC because they get a discount on it when a
Hmm.
game is in Game Pass.
Yep,
It's a
been
it's
there,
a
done
real
that.
thing. So there is money that's coming in, even if they're not getting that money off the top for
Right.
that regular subscription. There's still money that's coming in regularly, for sure. And they've got the numbers to back that up.
Hmm.
Here's my question about how Microsoft positions themselves at this showcase to the two of you.
Hmm.
Are they going to try to give you reason to buy a console? Or are they just going to try to give you reasons to be in their ecosystem?
Both. I think both. I think more
Okay.
so. I think more
What does
so.
that look like? If they're going to do both, what does that look like?
I think in all how it's presented. I think they're going more with the first one, like trying to get you to buy the box because they want to show off what it's capable of. I think that's going to be what's first and foremost on their mind. But in the background, they are going to try to get you into their ecosystem somehow. Maybe by highlighting Game Pass. Like these games will be available in Game Pass as well. You know, since they're all first party games, like maybe highlighting that as well. Coming to Game Pass day one, something like that. But I think first and foremost, they will be trying to push the system and get that out in front of people. This is what it's capable of. Look at these games. This is what it can do. Go out and get you a Series X. If you can't, it's cool. All these will be in
I'm
Game
gonna
Pass.
say I kind of think you're in the right zone. I think it would be like a 70-30 split. I kind of think it would be more of heavier trying to get you in the ecosystem than necessarily trying to get the box. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna want to get the box, but they're gonna start having all these consoles that are probably gonna be in those lower price rounds. Like when the Series X comes out, and let's say the Lockhart shows up, they announce that price point on it, and it's pretty nice for a new next gen console. Then we start seeing like maybe a lower end that Series X taking a nice dip dive on the price, and then
It's gonna.
just the One X. If you telling me, hey, you can get a One X for $200, maybe on occasion a sale, maybe a 150 mark for something like that. Like people are going to jump in, but I think the ecosystem is what's going to sell it the most. Like kind of talking like small part of the prediction thing. I kind of see them what they're going to try to do is a little deception almost type of thing. Is when we start seeing some of these games running on the 23rd, I'm sticking on my side about that Lockhart showing up for this conference. I think they're going to
Okay.
run a lot of those things off of the Lockhart just for people to really think, you guys think that was the full power of the Series X? That was on the other box. Now let's give you guys what the Series X is going to do.
See, I don't think that happens, and I'm going to tell you why. Because part of the problem with trying to sell this in a way that is designed to sell boxes, you can't show the power. There's nothing you can do to show the fidelity in a live stream of how beautiful the game actually is.
May not show
like
it.
you listen. You can say, look how many enemies you can have on screen. You know what I'm saying? You can say, look how fast the load times are from here to here. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really show the true fidelity of what the power of the systems can do. What that means is you have to have games that people want to play to come into your ecosystem. And what I keep hearing from people is that what Microsoft really wants is to gain market share. PlayStation has the market share because they sold so many consoles. But please keep in mind that even Sony's executives said, we read this article a few months back, that console sales are not going to be the deciding factor anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Buying the console won't matter. And right after he said that, we began to see Sony start to put their first-party exclusive titles on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. This is a real thing. It's coming. Sony Studios. Put them all under one wheelhouse so that when you see it somewhere else, you still know it's PlayStation. This is a thing. Getting someone in your ecosystem, having them stay there, is the wave of the future. That is where the market share needs to be gained. We are not looking for market share anymore in plastic boxes that sit under your TV. We are looking for market share in how many people are playing on Xbox Live versus PlayStation Network. How many people are playing on Xbox Live versus playing on Stadia. How many people are playing on PlayStation Network versus playing on whatever it is that Nintendo calls their internet, whatever they have, it don't really exist.
It's just called online.
That is where the market share lies. And if you have market share, paying you a monthly fee to be able to play games on your platform, if you have to sign into an Xbox Live account in order to play these games because you have a subscription to their service, that is market share. That is what they're going for. The money doesn't come from selling boxes. The money comes from software. It's always been that way, unless you're Nintendo. Now we're not selling software anymore. We are selling you a subscription that gives you access to the software. If we are selling you software, it's not physical anymore. That's going away. If Microsoft didn't already prove it with their diskless box a year ago, Sony certainly proved it by saying, here's one with the PlayStation 5. Now, having said that, and being of the mind that it really ain't about selling boxes, I think that Microsoft is going to come out, show a bunch of stuff, and that at the end, a lot of us are going to be like, I mean, still don't see why I need to buy a Series X. I really feel like that's what it's going to be. I'm going to get one. I'm already in. You don't have to sell me. But I'm not your target audience. Your target audience are people who are playing on PlayStation. But you're not trying to get PlayStation fanboys to buy an Xbox Series X. You're trying to get them to buy an Xbox One X. That's what you want them to get. You want them to buy a One X. You want them to buy a One S and a PlayStation 5. You want them to buy a One S, and you want them to get a Game Pass, and you want to buy a PlayStation 5 with no disc drive. You know why? Because your One S plays 4K discs for you. Even though your PlayStation 5 without a disc player will not. Market share is going to be so different this go round. So now I present to you another question.
Okay.
Are we going to see a mid-generation hike in console power after this comes out? I've already decided Microsoft is already building a new box and we're going to see it in 3 years. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, because that's what their model's been the past few years. So I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. It's like you said years ago, like they're adapting the cell phone model. So
and doing it. No, I agree. The only way I think that would not happen is if they truly said, you know what, I want to take the Series X and make it literally identical to a desktop computer where, hey, you can just go out and you can buy parts and start switching out inside of your Series X. That would be the only way. But I know they probably necessarily don't want to do it because, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of console gamers, when they buy them, it's just because, you know what, it's there, it's done, you plug it up, you're good.
Plug and play.
Most people, if you want that customization, you buy yourself a PC and so you can do all that. But I don't think
you're right. Crossplay is going to be the thing that makes games sell. It won't matter where your friends are playing.
Nope.
That's true.
because you'll be able to play on where
I'm
whoever's
already.
ecosystem you're in,
You're in. Yep.
you'll be able to play.
And I'm already
Market share
loving.
is so different now.
I just need like for right now. I'm just doing cross save like with Destiny. Like I'm able to go between my consoles, play with my friends on PlayStation. Yes, you got to have the DLC or whatever. But when that true cross play becomes a thing, and
You
I
need to
can
bounce
just
back and
sit there and
forth.
I don't even have to worry about that anymore, it's gonna be a thing of beauty. No more of that. Oh, I got it on PlayStation. I got it on Xbox. It's just like, yo,
Nope.
just jump
Not gonna
in.
matter.
I just need your gamer tag,
Right when
whatever,
you come on that,
network
and right.
ID, and we're gonna go in. Like
It's just
I,
gonna be, do you have such and such game?
that's it.
That's it.
DLC. It's
You
gonna
got
be
the
the
game?
game and
Cool.
possibly the DLC
Oh,
for
you
you to
don't
get
got
into.
it? It's in Game Pass. Like that's the other thing that you can see happening, right? That like a
Mhm.
game is out and you're talking with somebody like, oh, you play something? I don't even have it, man. Oh, that joint tight. Hey, for real, it's in Game Pass. Just get the you can probably get Game Pass for $1 right now. Just get it for a
On
month, whatever. Let's
facts.
jump in and play. Next thing you know,
They in.
it's a
They
wrap.
hook.
Or
They
when
in.
you play with somebody from PlayStation, and like,
Right.
oh, hey, let's play. Oh, I ain't got it yet. It's free in Game Pass right now.
On
That,
fact. You start recommending these
that's
other games.
that's
Like I can go
exactly
Mhm.
download this joint right
yeah.
quick and we can hop
Mhm.
on this together. I don't have that. Oh, I'm sorry. I have Game Pass. I can just download all
Yeah.
these titles that I want to do right now.
So here's a thought. You know what didn't happen this generation that happened last generation and the generation before?
What's that?
Everybody talks about how we got these mid-generation upgrades, blah blah blah, whatever. We've got those before. What we didn't get was slim models. There's no PlayStation 4 Slim
Mm-hmm.
yet.
We went up. We went from the slim
Listen to me.
to the big boy.
Barring the fact, okay, barring the fact that there might be an issue with parts, I wholeheartedly expect for PlayStation to come out on top of whatever it is Microsoft announces and announce a PlayStation Pro Slim. Smaller joint,
I can see
With
that.
the
all
power.
the power,
Yeah,
lower price point, come and get the joint.
I can see that.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Microsoft already basically did a Slim because the Xbox One X is smaller than the
Yeah.
S. It's smaller
Hey,
than
it's
the
called
original
S.
Xbox One.
S for Slim.
They went up in power
And slimmed it
and
down.
down in size.
That's the way you
And
do
that
it.
joint whisper quiet. And it's whisper quiet.
Nice.
PlayStation did not do a Slim. And they have always traditionally done a Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes two different Slims. Hear me when I say, this joint's coming out of left field to smack Microsoft in the face. Listen to me when I say, them boys about to be like, oh,
And I
are
might
you
get
talking
one
about
too.
that? Here you go. PS4 Pro, Slim, $200. Come and get it.
Yeah.
Phil
I'm
Spencer,
confident.
Phil Spencer just gonna sit in the corner like, okay.
Look at all the games we already have. Come play Last of Us Part 2. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all who never upgraded to the PS4 Pro, you're not quite ready to go up to the PS5.
Get this
That's
PS4
cool.
Slim.
Come get your Last of Us Part 2 and your Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4 Pro Slim for less money than you paid for your original PlayStation.
Slim probably
4.
take out the disk drive.
I
They
mean,
do
they
that.
could.
They can do that for me. I
Couldn't they?
appreciate it.
They sure enough could.
Couldn't they?
Yeah.
And that'll slim it out right then.
PS4 Pro Slim, all digital.
Boom. Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Hear
it.
me when I say
We got it.
that price drop, bruh. Bruh, hear me. It didn't happen this generation. It's bound to. Unless they literally are just like, we can't afford to, man.
Nah.
We need these parts for this next joint. Like, that's the only reason why they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, someone came up with the idea for the Slim and got thrown out the window. You know the meme. Came up with a couple ideas, but first like PS4 Slim out the window.
Knock them out. Gotta go. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm expecting. I think they're going to announce one for this year. I think going into this holiday, PS4
Going to the
Pro will be
holiday, yeah.
slim, and they going to try to listen.
That'll
They're
be the
going to
Black
bundle.
Friday. They gonna do that.
They
black.
going to bundle the Shi'ar Empire out of them joints with
Madden,
PlayStation VR.
Madden, all
with
them good
PSVR.
Ooh.
Hear me, bruh.
Ooh.
Iron Man VR. Hear me, bruh.
All right. I got to start putting money to the side now just in case that happens because I need one. Because
They
Oh,
coming
you
for
never
it.
got a PS4 Pro?
I never got a pro, and I can tell my fours is
Uh-oh.
getting slow. It's getting like it's getting
Uh-oh.
bad slow. So I'm if that's the case, I'll be getting it day one when it comes out because
That's
I'm gonna need that to play my PS4 games.
listen, and you could just go ahead and trade that old nasty box in.
That's exactly what I would do.
You understand what I'm
Trade in,
saying?
trade in and get the Slim Pro.
Trade it in. I mean, that's the other thing. That's the brilliant thing about Microsoft basically being like, all the games are going to work on either joint.
Yeah,
You're perfectly good to trade in your old joint
Mm-hmm.
and not have to worry
Don't worry
about
about
whether the
anything.
games that are coming out, you know what I'm saying? Your old games are going to work, you know what I'm saying, on the new joint. So they're not doing that divide like, oh, yeah, you got to get. It's
Nope.
cool.
You
All your
good.
stuff going to work. You're good. You know what
yes.
I'm saying? Like, it's a whole other ball game, man. Okay, look. It's getting late. Listen. I know I told y'all we was going to talk game of the year this year. Where are we right now? Do either of you have a current game of the year for 2020?
Yeah.
No,
You don't. I mean, I
no.
definitely
Anything
would.
that anything that I might would consider it to be game of the year, I haven't got yet.
Dog, there's only two. As of right now, there's only two games that I would consider game of the year. Last of Us, of course, I haven't even fully gotten into that. I'm hearing. My thing is, I'm on both ends of hearing things about Last of Us 2. But the only thing right now, if I had to pick out of what has been out since January, it's Final Fantasy VII Remake. Honestly,
Hmm.
that it would be that. Animal Crossing came out at a unfortunate good time.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's absolutely done an amazing job. But I personally would pick Final Fantasy VII Remake over top of Animal Crossing. But that
Sure.
honestly is the only thing as of right now that has come out that I would even throw into game of the year. Maybe once I finish Last of Us Part 2, maybe I'll feel a little bit different, but I don't think I will. I think the story for Last of Us is gonna be pretty solid, but I don't think it's gonna take away from me for Final Fantasy Remake.
You know what? Those are the
Okay,
games I had on my list as far as that. So
That's honest. That's honestly that's
I
it.
haven't played Final Fantasy VII, and I'm not going to play it until it comes out on the Series
I
X.
know you're
Let's
not.
just keep it a
same
buck.
here.
Haven't played The Last of Us Part 2 and probably won't.
I will
Haven't
eventually.
played Resident Evil 3. I mean, I played the demo.
Same.
My personal opinion, just off the demo, was that 2 was better.
Hmm.
Off the strength of the 2 demo, 2 was better.
Yeah, three wasn't one of my joints, so I just passed it up.
Right now, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, bruh.
And look, and that's what I had on there. Is like a what's the name joint? Just from watching you play it.
Dog, he sold like
No, the music was selling it for me. Like
dog.
this thing is beautiful.
I was this
Like,
close. I'm this close. Like I saw the collector's junk for it, and I was this close to actually getting the collector's edition just to have.
Bro, it's in Game Pass.
I'm hip. I'm hip.
I know.
That's why I said I was this close, and then and then you know what I was like? I was like, Game Pass. Normally I like buying my collector's edition, but
Bruh,
then it hit me. I was like,
that thing is crack, bruh. You need to just play it, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, just play it. Like, here's the thing. Final Fantasy also is one of those things for me that's kind of like, I know so many people play it and just like,
mhm.
if it does feel like it's complete, and they add so much stuff to the story and whatever. But for me, it's like,
we know
yeah,
it's
that's
not.
not the story. Like, I
Nah.
know what the whole story
Yeah,
is.
exactly. My same. We talked about
I'm
my
leaving
same.
Midgard, and I'm just like, I feel
I'm like, that's not even the first
I
disc.
feel bamboo. Even
Right.
though I put all
That's
these
the
hours in,
demo.
like I put all these hours into that, and I'm just like, I still feel bamboozled. Like I only beat the beginning part of.
Slam.
And,
Like,
and there's no noise of when part two or whatever is coming.
Oh, they've already said it's been slightly
be 4
delayed.
years before that joint come out, man.
Yeah,
Series X will be in
Here's
well
my
in
other
its
joint.
stride.
Right
man,
now,
man.
Hyperdot, bro.
Mm.
Hyperdot is what? Bruh. Shouldn't be, but it is. Just little games. None of the like big games that have come out so far have been joints, and I'm like, all right, gotta have it. Now, I am kind of amped for Ghost. I'm gonna wait and see what they say.
That's kind of where I'm at. Even though I'm off that day,
I'm kind of amped for that
I,
joint
I
right
really
now.
want to buy it, but
I'm waiting for it. I'm definitely checking for it.
Outside of that, man, Right now, Ori is it for me.
Hmm.
That's the joint. Like I don't have.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII for me is the only thing that I've touched that falls into that category as of right now.
I dig that. I dig that. But you've played The Last of Us.
I've played it. I mean,
So
it's okay. I mean, it's not keeping my attention the same way that Final Fantasy VII did. Granted, I know the
apparently
story.
not.
Like I know the story of
You
Final
started
Fantasy
playing
VII.
Valorant.
I started playing Valorant, and Valorant is actually not a bad. I don't know yet if it's Game of the Year worthy, but Valorant's not bad for a guy.
It was enough to keep you over The Last of Us.
For for me, who absolutely does not play PC games at
Right.
all, and I got on Valorant
And bought a mouse.
Yeah.
and bought a mouse specifically for Valorant. Bad boy lights up and everything.
Hey, dog, you are the target audience, bruh.
TA.
It
All
works.
day.
That is. I know he's gonna start calling you Joe K, but I just think target audience is
Yo, target audience. No, that works.
target audience.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I like
Hey,
it.
I tried to play Valorant with my little cheesy mouse that I had, and I was this is not cutting it. This is not cutting it.
You know what I need? I need a new mouse. I need a gaming mouse. I feel you.
Oh,
I'm not mad at that for real. Like if
Hey.
a game makes you buy an accessory,
oh.
There's something to it.
I
okay.
started appreciating, like I do. I'm appreciating like this one. I never knew how essential this mouse really truly is when you're playing on PC. Like this one that I have now, like yo, I can customize. Like it has, hear me out. It has weights, so you can put weights
Oh,
in
yeah.
certain parts of them. So depending on how you feel and get the, yo, I didn't balance this thing out to like my dog.
Preferred.
Mhm.
Like, it's like having an Elite controller.
It is
Yeah.
literally like having a Elite controller. I got the extra buttons on the side. Like I don't necessarily need to use
How
keystrokes.
much was that mouse?
Retail wise, it's like $100. Retail is like $100. Yeah. Retail is like
Is that
$100.
because it has lights?
No, it's the weighted mechanic for it.
I was messing with you.
I
bro.
know you is. I know you
I know
is, but you know,
exactly
but you know,
that's
but you know, I'm gonna go into it. But
You gotta play more games than just Valorant.
No, granted, I have all the pieces of the puzzle. Now. Like, granted, I had a desktop, but the reason why I didn't play a lot of I didn't play a lot of games on it because it was an older desktop and it just wasn't working. But now that I got a gaming rig. I've been starting, like, we're doing more of the streaming and all that, so I found adjustable means to finally stepping that game up and getting a machine that could handle and just I could get on and start wrecking with.
I got you, 100%. Eddie, I think that at the Xbox showcase, we're gonna see anything about the new controller, whether or not they're gonna update the ability to do like the custom controllers with
No.
the new Series X controller.
Nah,
You'll never get any of that.
Nah, I think maybe
That
in
may
one
be
of
the
the other
next
events they have or
Like-
something like that, but not in this one.
I'm still,
This
like,
one is gonna be just games,
I think this will be all
Games and a
games.
price.
and a box,
I am
And a
still,
price.
Games and a price.
and a date.
I am
Yes.
still standing on the fact that I think they still will do an Elite 3 just to add in. I know
No.
it's like one button. I think they still will do the Elite 3 controller. Granted, I know the Elite 2 hasn't been out, but so long as of right now. But I think they would do. I think they would do the Elite 3. Like that's the I'm holding on. That's the only reason why I haven't bought the Elite 2 controller. But the crazy part is I just bought a regular Xbox One controller, and it's acting a little
My
funky.
man just dropped his mouse, dog.
I-
He just
no,
dropped that
it wasn't the mouse.
He
No,
just
it was not the
dropped
mouse.
his chest.
Nope, mouse is still here. Mouse is still here. It wasn't the mouse. It was something else. It's still here. It was something
He
else.
thought it was the mouse.
Hey,
He tried to
I
pull
still
it
had to,
off.
I still had to look over and see.
I've never
I
seen
still-
your eyes that big in my life, bro.
I still had to look over and see what it was. I thought it was my
He
mic
tried
at
to play
first.
it off like it ain't happened.
I had to look. I had to see if it was my. I don't. Yeah, but I'm probably going to end up with an Elite 2 controller now because the Xbox One controller I just bought is a little wonky. So I'm about to just
Take it back.
take it. Yeah, no, I am, and I'm probably just going to pay and just get the Elite 2 controller.
Hey, listen, man. I see Killer said he just bought one for 170. Whew.
Yeah, 20,000 DPI.
Oh,
No,
woo.
mine's is like
How much does it set you back
14,000.
for?
Like 14. I think mine's like 14,000 DPI that I can go up to on mine.
Bro.
No, I started looking at all that. Like Started looking at all that type of stuff, but I was like, I'm not
Hey
quite
Floyd,
ready
how
there
much
yet.
that cost you, bro?
I wasn't ready for that just quite yet.
You gotta tell me how much that ran you.
That's what I'm trying to
That's
find out.
whoo boy. I know that wasn't no cheap purchase. I
Mm-mm.
mean, look, the Elite controller, it would be dumb for them to do a Series 3 Elite controller to add a button when that joint has all them paddles and you can make them buttons do whatever
Yeah.
you want.
I mean, that's true.
So like,
That's on facts. That is on facts. Oh,
Hey,
dog! I'm telling you, all these companies are hearing us because every time he seems like he's getting onto something, this happens.
they kick him out.
This
They shut him down.
happens. It's him. Like I don't know whatever you're doing, Gage. It's all these companies are seeing you and they're just trying to shut you down. Everything that you say apparently they be right, and they're just like, get out. No, shut up.
hey Slim, listen, I got them facts. I got them. I got them
Be
facts,
careful,
bro.
man. You about to get us completely shut down. Like they about to like erase us from history, do all that, hit us with the MIB
Nah, we
neuralizer.
good.
Like Loading
Nah,
snacks
we
don't
good.
exist.
That would be too. That would be so obvious. Man. 300 altogether. Oh, he got to join Black Friday. That's
Right.
not bad.
Not
I
bad.
mean, that's really
But
not
look at
bad.
it now. Enough all that.
300, but that is a new game system.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
There we go. And even on the game side, I knew it was going to be so long.
It's only a
before-
matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
come on, man.
It's only a
Stop
matter
it,
of
dog.
time for the back
Come
got
on,
to be
man.
brought into this.
Get out of there, Marcus. Hey, look, I really think there is a possibility that if you're, depending on what, because at PlayStation's event, they made some hoopla about their controller, the
Mhm.
haptic feedback and what it could do
All
and all
that.
of that. So there is a possibility that Microsoft might lean into what makes the new controller that's boxed with the Series X special, what sets it
Mhm.
apart, if there is
Yeah.
something besides what we've seen. You know what I mean? The fact that it
Mhm.
has that wheel-looking D-pad that the elites come with, and the share button, but it also could be an opportunity for them to align what that share button really means and where you can share to.
Mm-hmm.
Because with them getting rid of
Yeah.
Mixer,
Yeah.
and now you having to be able to go straight to Twitch or to YouTube, or with them aligning something with Facebook Gaming
Mhm.
and them talking about doing xCloud with Facebook.
That actually might be really important for them to highlight. At least take a couple minutes just to bring that up. Yeah.
I think they
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
I think they will
Yeah.
definitely acknowledge the fact that Mix is going away, but they want to reassure the strong foundation and everything that's going to be there for them. And hey, if this partnership that Microsoft and Xbox decided to take on with Facebook, I mean, hey, they can add Facebook sharing right to that home button. You go on there and start sharing right to Facebook. So
Facebook is getting a lot of bad press right now. So
Nah,
I don't even know if that's the right way to lean. I think they're really just going to have to lean into you can share to wherever you want to share. Like they're going to have to lean into the
Yeah.
same messaging that they've been saying. It's like everybody should be able to play games everywhere,
Yeah.
wherever they are. Shouldn't have barriers, whatever. And we don't want to be a part of that. So,
mhm.
you know what I mean? Like our share button will let you set it up to share wherever you want to go, or whatever. I think they might lean into that. I know they better not show me no mobile games.
I'm
At
pretty
this
sure
point.
we may see a mobile game. Just seeing how you can integrate it into whatever the main console
Only,
version.
only if there's something that you can do in that mobile game that has something to do with the console version. Like
Mm.
that's it. That's it. Like other than that, you don't show any of that. Are we gonna see third parties show up?
I think they said this
No,
is all
this is the
first.
first party.
This is all
right?
I
first.
know.
Then-
I know. I
Then,
know.
then I'm
Ooh,
gonna
actually, you know what? I'm gonna say it this way. You know what? I'll say yes, but maybe say a third party that shows up ends up becoming that studio that they
Right.
acquired. So maybe they will show it,
Could
and you
be.
know it's gonna raise those eyebrows. Like, wait. Everything here's supposed to be first party. Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot to mention we acquired them.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I do think that sometime between this showcase and the August showcase, whatever they do in August,
Mm-hmm.
I really do think we're going to start to see third parties announce that their games are coming day one into Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
That's the piece that's missing right now.
Mhm.
But I am with the way that things are going. Like there are like indie titles that go day one into Game Pass. I'm talking about a major third party. Like that would be the thing that would make the difference for Microsoft. Would be if they could start saying, yeah, if you have Game Pass, you don't just get all the Microsoft first part. You know what I mean? You get whatever. Or even if they did some kind of alignment with EA, where it was like if you have this and you have, EA, you know, you have, because EA has their own, you know, I mean, I have it. I kind of use it. You know what I'm saying? But it's only like $35 a year.
Or something like that.
So for whatever what they charge, you can incorporate something like that into and for real, they should align themselves with Microsoft, because when they put it out going into this current generation, Sony wouldn't let them. They wouldn't allow them to do it. So it was only on Xbox. You know what I mean? And Xbox aligned themselves with them. So I really think that they should maybe do something there. But can you imagine what it would be like if it was like, oh, nah, don't worry about your Madden, because day one, Game Pass.
Yeah, oof.
Oh, I'll download it. Like,
I think we're going to start to see some of that. I don't know if it'll be Madden, but
yeah,
right.
just like I haven't bought Madden in years, but if you added the Game Pass, I'll download it. Or I'll download it.
I mean, sure, why not? That would be all right. I'm gonna say EA trash.
Hey, look, with Squadrons out there, I'm okay to hold.
Lloyd said he saw that Loading Snacks logo in the Forza livery.
Yeah,
hey, bro, I worked hard on that joint. I worked hard on that joint. It do shock me every time I load up Forza and I see people downloaded that joint. I don't be knowing why, and I don't be knowing who. But it gets me right here. I worked hard on that joint. I put a lot of. I might have put more hours into making that joint than I put in the driving that joint.
You know real. What is it? What is it this year? Extra Life. We all need to put that joint in the car and drive around.
Of course, bruh.
Yeah.
Say word. Totally down.
Word.
All right. He said it, so we down. All right, look, man, we need to wrap this up, don't we? So
about that time.
Here's what's popping. This is it for this week. Tomorrow, new episode of Anime Vault goes live. Sin, tell them all about it.
We're talking about Crying Freeman tomorrow, so tune in at 2 p.m. for that. Yes.
That's a classic.
Yes.
Classic. So yeah, 2 p.m. Anime Vault tomorrow. Jokes is working on a new wrestling series. Y'all keep your eyes open for that. Look, you guys can go and support us on Patreon. It really does help us. It allows us to keep doing what we're doing. It helps the channel grow, so we'd appreciate that. We appreciate you spreading the word. Any of that, definitely make sure if you're following us on social media already, tell other people to follow us. Share it. It just, all of that helps, man. We certainly love and appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to take one moment. Yesterday was Joke's birthday. Today is Michael Bracco's birthday.
Hey!
Shout out to Bracco. Rocking one of them Spaghetti Kiss shirts. You know what I'm saying? Right there. So shout out to Bracco. Much love, bro. Hey, look. Time to wrap it up, guys. Anything else? Anything you want to say?
No, just I love the chat. I love having them in there with you. Shout out to all y'all who's in the chat every week. You know, making this more fun.
Every week, staying in there, making this fun. Oh gosh, some crazy comments be going in there, and we be like,
Hey, happy belated birthday, Killer.
My man.
Hey, Killer, same sharing the birthday. Hey,
that's right. His birthday was yesterday too. My man, Killer. Bronax fan. All right, man. Listen, one more time to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. With that, we are out. Toodles and loos. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.